it's it's like this worship of vulva. It's like women have to do it too, and the way they do it is by treating it sacred, playing with her, and not letting anyone touch her or interact with her unless it's her husband. And also the husband should make the vulva the top priority. Like, it's this simple. It's like, as a man, men know how to like look at a woman, engage really fast if they would want to be intimate with her. Like, they can kind of look at the certain features, body type, skin color, cultural elements. They can look at a woman and say, yeah, that woman draws me in, at least on a sexual mate level, like someone you would justify reproducing with. Like, and that's another thing to consider. Like, a lot of people are having sexual encounters with people they would never have a child with, who they don't even like the genetics of that person. They're not, you know, like somebody, for example, a woman may have a pretty face but maybe a weak body or whatever characteristics. That she may have larger breasts, which I don't like, because to me it's a distraction from the vulva. But she may have a larger breast, but then she may have like a small waist, hips that they're not optimized for childbearing. And what else? What else is there? There's okay. So the point is when it's like, what are men addicted to? They're addicted to foods. They're addicted to going to restaurants, to different substances, which they may have an obsession with work, which it's good to have a balance between work and play, and to work hard when you need to, maybe work 6-7 days a week until you can save up enough money, and then work, and then taper off, like actually work less so that you can enjoy your life and actually have a life worth living. And so, like I said, men need to be able to look at a woman and ascertain if they would want to suck her vulva. It may sound like a foreign, like, why would I say that? But it's just, to me, it's an easier determining factor. Like, because like I was saying, a lot of men would want to be with all types of women, but would you want to worship her vulva? Like, do you think she's clean and attractive and hygienic and like, in a sense, pure, as they call them, born again virgins? At least somebody who wants commitment. And the best part about worshiping vulva is it's like beyond the idea of sexual competition. Like, it's not like you have to work, you know, when you do that, you no longer have to worry about if she had previous sexual partners she was more attracted to, your future wife, because it's not about that. And for the women too, it's not about that. It's really about making their vulva the featured object of worship. And you might say that something like, whatever ideas people have about worshiping God, I mean, to me, I don't know what that means. And if somebody else was to say what that means, they probably couldn't explain it either. But I can definitely explain what it means to worship vulva. It means to look at it, compliment it. It means to you know, give oral sex to your wife, right? So I wanted to express that. I wanted to express that that idea of addictions and that idea of, and also it's like a woman's skin color. Like you should be thinking of what it is about a woman that you want to, what's the idea, what's the attracting quality, right? Alright, let's do a little light work session. This is something you should do under various circumstances where you may not know what to do in life. You may not know what to do. Like, what's the best thing for me at this moment? And when I say me, I mean equivalently me as in the universal me, like the me that is all that is. Yeah, like something that would mutually benefit both me and the rest of the world. Like how do I be present for people who are suffering, and how do I ensure that I can say that if I happen to see them, or meet them, that I could tell them assuredly that yes, I'm present for you. I want to be able to do that. So one way I do it is through light work. To me, that's the way of using mental projection. So let's start off with the White House. Let's imagine the people in the White House, like the Biden. It's easy to think of these people as being like controlled by dark interdimensional dark forces, and to justify their behavior like that if they do behavior like seems like they try to promote war and everything. But we can beam brilliant protection around them so that even if they have, regardless of whether they have their own personal issues that they're their personal character flaws that they're dealing with, at least they're not being influenced by demonic forces. So the way we do that is by imagining them smile. Like imagine Biden smiling for a moment. Like imagine him in like a real life scenario, like at his Oval Office chair or what it may be. Right? Like imagine him there smiling joyfully, and maybe a security personnel nearby, and then all of a sudden a brilliant beam of white light comes in and activates his aura. And what I've realized is that one cool thing to imagine is like the sun, like the sun, imagining like the sun, right? Imagine people getting hit by the sun rays and basking in it and smiling joyfully, and just having that joyful element. And now we can imagine other people. Like, how about some characters like Robert Kennedy? I like what he's doing. I like the narrative or the ideas that he's encouraging. So let's imagine some protection around him. Imagine him smiling. Imagine him in a real life scenario, say walking. And then imagine an angel flies by and shoots him with a brilliant beam of white light, just like the sun shining down, illuminating him, perfect sunshine. Perfect bright white light. Yeah, super happy, super joyful moments. Like he imagine even him starting to beam around at his staff persons, and it's just a lovely energy. It's a lovely energy. And now let's imagine somebody else. Let's imagine somebody like Elon Musk. Imagine him in brilliant white light. Imagine him at one of his factories, streaming that brilliant white light all around, and all through all the Teslas, you know, made in the USA, made with pride in America. And imagine if the brilliant white light is streaming down on him, and he receives it and disperses it. Good stuff, yeah. Good energy. And let's do someone else. Let's do someone, I would say it's pretty common for a lot of people to have an attraction to someone. And I'd like you guys to all imagine for a moment that person. Now, you may not be ready for marriage, so you may not be wanting to approach them, because I don't see why somebody would approach someone if they're not ready for marriage. Otherwise, what would they be approaching them for? To be for only sexual purposes? Like, that's like, if you don't want to marry someone, then why would you want to talk to them, or at least potentially want to marry them? But imagine that person. Imagine them smiling, he or she. Okay, imagine them smiling. A brilliant stream of light shines down to them and activates their aura. Imagine them like looking at their body glowing, their aura glowing. Imagine just imagine that for a moment, and imagine people reacting in amazement, like, wow, look at the brilliant energy that person is shining into. Look at how, and then imagine them even blasting people by holding their hand like that, and then them like blasting beams everywhere. What a great brilliant moment, yeah. And yeah, so that's a good like light work session, actually. So thank you for tuning in, and whatever the situation is, if you have a vehicle problem, imagine the brilliant white light streaming down. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Thank you for being here with me and doing the work, because it takes work. You have to program your mind to have positive thoughts and imagery in it of happy people, brilliant white light shining down, everything. Yeah. Thank you. All right, take care, guys.